let's talk about basil and an easy way to make a container that will grow basil year-round anywhere that you want. First of all, I have this cheap-ass thing, but you can use any kind of container. You can use a little old ice cream container. You can use any kind of food container or bucket that you want. No holes in the bottom. That's the only thing we care about, a container with no holes. This is our start. The next thing we're going to get is a container with holes in the bottom. I'm actually going to use something different. Let me see here. This one. This one has holes in the bottom. I can get it apart. Stuck together. Oh my god, it's a struggle. Oh, gardening is so hard. I can't do this. Oh, no. Come apart. What? Oh, and it doesn't even fit. Hold up. I found a container that fits inside there. The only thing that matters about this one, it has holes in the bottom. No holes? Holes. We're going to put dirt in the one that has holes in it. I don't care what kind of dirt. This dirt doesn't matter. It could be anything. Bam, we've got dirt. We're going to water it. Punch it like it's a sponge. You want it to soak up all that water, right? Squeezing it, no water's coming out. It's just barely wet. Perfect. Next thing, we're going to put some water in this. And we're going to put enough in there so that when I stick this in there, the bottom of it is in the water. There's water up to about there, and this comes down below. Water is there, pot is there. Bottom of it's always touching the water. Then you have a choice. You can either have starts that you started basil with, a plant of basil, or seeds. I happen to have baby starts. We're going to use those. It's Genovese basil, it says on the label. And I'm very rough with my starts. Some people are very tender and gentle. I'm not. So I'm going to take a chunk of them, a little chunk, and I'm going to just put them in that container. I'm going to spread them out a little. Now, if you have seeds, plant your seeds in here. Put some cellophane, saran wrap or plastic wrap, something clear over the top so that they stay damp while they germinate. That way they'll grow better and they'll sprout like this. If you have starts like me, just put them in there, plant them under so their roots are all the way under the dirt. If you have a big plant, just plant it in here. There we have our basil. They're in that water container. You can see it's floating a little bit. It's about a half an inch above the water line. This is how you grow basil. You just ignore this. When you notice that this has sunk and there's no more water or it's a little dry, take this out, fill that up again, plop it right back in there. Basil like to be wet at their roots. They always want water. One of the problems with this that you'll notice is that you can get fungus gnats, little bugs, and they want to be in that water. You can get mosquitoes in that water. That water smells yucky. Mosquito bits. Put some of these in the water. It won't hurt the plant. It has nothing to do with the plant. These contain a kind of bacteria that only infects mosquito babies and fungus gnat larvae. So we're going to put them in the water. And you only need a pinch for a container this size. A little pinch. Just a few. That will keep the fungus gnats away. It'll keep mosquitoes from growing in that water. And it'll relatively keep the water clean. If you notice, if you have this outside container, if it has any see-throughness to it, if it's transparent, you might notice some algae. You can always just rinse it out, put fresh water if you notice that, and if it bothers you. It doesn't hurt the plant, again. So now basil always want to be damp, so we're going to have water in this container, dirt in that container with the plants in it. This can go in a windowsill, this can go outside, doesn't matter. As long as these plants have enough water and it's above 50 degrees, all the time, day and night, they will take off. They will grow. Basil are one of the easier herbs to grow, them and cilantro. And it's because they're so easy to manage. A container like this that has a drain, you can grow them in this, but I've noticed that they have a tendency to want more water. So you'd have to take care of them more often. And if you're concerned about how much time you're spending on this stuff, you really just want like the convenient, quick. I don't have any extra time to check on plants. I just want to plant them and check them once a week or so. No holes, holes, water in the middle. Lowest maintenance plant, the lowest maintenance plant, and the easiest, because windowsill, again, can be just in a windowsill. It doesn't need sunlight, hot light, anything, and it just needs to be warm. So when you start those seeds, get a container, don't fill it all the way, get the soil wet, put your seeds, put a little more soil on top and push down, and then just put some saran wrap, whatever, plastic. You got clear plastic over the top. And when they sprout, take that plastic off. And that's it. At that point, if this container has holes, put them in a bucket and have a little bit of water in the bottom of the bucket. Remember, holes, some inside something with no holes. So it can be that easy. You start them in a container with some cellophane on top, and then when it's ready, you just put them in a bucket that has no holes in it. Put water in between, inside the bucket. Basil are easy. And that's a good starting plant too, because it's low maintenance. Literally, you just have to water it once in a while if you notice it's dry, every week or two. And then when it gets big, of course, you want to cut the leaves and eat them. But that's not really maintenance. That's eating them.